Hello dear friends, how are you? CS Akademia this side. So dear, recently I got the opportunity to appear in two of the programs organized by the ICI on the proposed syllabus 2022-23. As you all know that the new syllabus is around the corner, and there are a lot of speculations and confusions going on in the market about the new syllabus 22-23. And in those programs I got a few understanding, few ideas and few information updates that I thought may be new for you and important for you. So in this video we are going to talk about 10 new updates, clarification and information about the proposed scheme of education and training. And yes, I got the idea about these updates, clarification, information from the programs I have appeared in, which was organized by the ICI about the proposed scheme 22-23. So these are the 10 updates. The very first update or the very first information from my side is that the new syllabus study mat will be available by November 22. Yes, the study mat, as per the ICI, the study mat will be available by November 22, means 4 to 5 months from now. But the exams under the proposed scheme would be from May 23 or November 23. Means ICI is very clear that May 23 can also be the first attempt of the proposed scheme 22-23. So if you are thinking that no, only November 23 can be the first attempt, that might be incorrect. So Institute is planning that when they should brought in the new syllabus, but there is still confusion in ICI that whether it should be May 23 or November 23. But one thing is very clear that out of these two attempts, one attempt will be definitely when the new scheme will actually come in, and the study mat would be available by November 22. So this is the first information or update from my side. The very important and the second update is that why was the need of the new syllabus? Many of us think that sir, the threat of IIA, but the threat of IIA is new, and ICI is planning for the syllabus change. As far as I know, from the past 2 years ICI is planning for all these changes. So what I have got an understanding from the discussions of the dignitaries that were present in those programs is that they were saying that now CA course, your favorite CA course, is facing tough competition from the international courses in India. And what are those international courses? Your CPA, CFA, ACCA, etc. So really, yes dear, your CA course is facing tough competition from these courses. So Institute wants to retune the CA course, and so that the CA course can effectively compete with these international courses that are now gaining their ground in India. And if these courses are gaining ground in India, the one thing is sure that such ground should be belong to the ICI, but now these institutes and these courses are gaining those grounds. So that is the one reason. And another reason is that the ICI is very optimistic about it, that Institute wants to take your CA course global. Sir, what do you want to say? Means the plans of ICI is that ICI will introduce your CA course in those countries, in those countries where there are no much courses on accountancy, and also in those countries where there are courses on accountancy, but still ICI will introduce your CA course in those countries and will make the CA course a strong alternate of the commerce field professional courses which are available in those countries. So there are twofold objective of introducing the new course in by ICI. First is that to compete with the international courses in India, and the second objective is to make our CA course global and introduce the CA course in more countries apart from India. Okay. Third point is that many of you were asking, sir, what is the open book and the restricted open book mode? Yeah, as we all know that in CA final the examination mode would be the open book or the restricted open book. Now the very important question, and many time I have faced this question from the students also, that sir, what is going to be in the open book and what is going to be in the restricted open book? So there was not a complete clarity given by the institute officials, but they have given some hint, and as per those hint, what I could interpret is that in open book all the study resources provided by the ICI will be allowed. So sir, what do you want to say in all the study resources? Like your ICI MAT, you can take your ICI MAT, even you can take your RTPs, you can take your statutory updates, your judicial updates, etc., which are being issued by the ICI from time to time, and even you can take your summary notes, your charts, etc., which are being issued by the ICI. So all all these study resources which are being provided by the ICI, yes, mind it that you cannot take another means private coaching study resources, but only those study resources which are being provided by the ICI. So if the exam mode is open book, then all the study resources of the ICI will be allowed. But if the exam mode is restricted open book, then for your paper like DT, IDT, ICI will allow you Bare Act. Yes sir, Bare Act. Then sir, from where we are going to arrange the Bare Act? Most probably ICI will give you the copy of Bare Act. And from where the Bare Act will be arranged, these things are not known till now, but we will soon get the clarity about the same. Because as per one of the officials of ICI, that when a new issue of income tax comes in their office, they simply picks the Bare Act and tries to identify the solution. So it is very much possible that in the paper of DT, IDT, you may be allowed to take the Bare Act along with you. Means no ICI material, only the Bare Act. Okay. For your audit, you may be allowed to take your essays text, the standards on auditing text. In your AFM, Advanced Financial Management, there are no Bare Act, so Institute may allow you to take your formula book. Sir, where is the formula book? Institute may come up with a formula book. And for your FR paper, you may be allowed to take your Ind AS text. Still, there are not complete clarity, and more clarity is awaited. So these are basically open book and restricted open book, and most probably where I can say the situation is going on, that ICI may not go for complete open book, and the restricted open book is a more prominent option before the ICI, and only the time will tell that what is going to be your examination mode in your CA final exams. Okay, but yeah, one thing which was clear from the address of the officials of the ICI is that they may not permit you to take the resources other than those which are being issued by the ICI or the Bare Act. Means they may not permit you to take your private coaching notes, charts, summary books or books, etc. Means to the max they may allow you to take the ICI material, but only the time will tell that where they are going for the open book or the restricted open book, and what exactly will be in the open book or the restricted open book. Okay. Again, the fourth point is very important, and they were giving very much emphasis on this point. They are saying that they want to make the CA final level very good. Means if you are going to clear your CA final, then only the sky shall be the limit for you. Means what the ICI is planning is that ICI will take the CA final level at the new heights, and to provide the sufficient study time to the students so that they can prepare for this new level of CA final. Institute is giving you 6 months study only period. Means in this period you don't have to bother about your articleship or your IIT training or your advanced IIT or your self-paced online modules. Means nothing. Means as per ICI, this 6-month period would be only would be your study only period, and you are required to only study in this period so that you can better prepare and you can effectively prepare in your CA final exams. So as per Institute, the CA final levels are going to be now very good in the new scheme of education and training. Okay. Fifth point is that also the many students were asking, sir, what is going to be in paper 6 multidisciplinary case study? So as per Institute's officials, they are planning, still this is not still this is not final, but what they are thinking is that in your paper 6 CA final, they may give you a single case study which may range to 30 to 40 pages. Means a single case study of 30 to 40 pages, and this case study may include your each and every subject of your CA final as well as maybe of your CA inter. Means whatever you have read in your CA inter and whatever you have read in your CA final, this case study may incorporate everything, and there may be 5 or 10 or even more questions that you have to answer. But Institute's plan is that they will give you a single case study of 100 marks. Unlike, as you know, that in your CA final elective paper, initially ICI used to give you the case study of 50 marks, but then they have started giving you 4 case studies of 25 marks. But in the new scheme of education and training, they are planning that they will give you only 1 case study, and that case study will may range from 30 to 40 pages. And Institute is also planning to have a question bank or a case study bank which may incorporate your 3000 case studies. These are the plans which are going on in ICI. Okay. Point number 6 that I got an understanding is that as you know that in your CA final, your law and costing has been moved from your core papers to your self-paced online modules. But if you are thinking that now sir, we have got mini relaxation, then you have to be a bit serious, because in your paper 6 multidisciplinary case study, you may got the concepts or you may got the questions from your law paper as well as your CA final costing paper. So although these papers have been moved by from the core paper to your self-placed online learning modules, but the importance of these papers have not been reduced by the ICA. So why sir then Institute has moved these papers to the self-paced online module? Because ICA want to reduce your burden both at CA inter level as well as your CA final level. But Institute is very clear that in paper 6 there are going to be the concepts from your corporate law and ethics. I don't know what was the name of the paper, but your law paper as well as your costing paper, and the name of the costing was the performance management paper. Means you are going to get the questions from both your law paper as well as your costing paper. So it is not that that these have been moved to the self-paced online modules. So these papers, so the importance of these papers have been reduced. No, these papers, the concept from these papers are now going to be asked in your paper 6 only. It is only in paper 6. In FR they are going to be FR only. In DT there is going to be that DT only. They are not going to mix law and costing over there. But yes, in paper 6 they are going to incorporate everything, including your law and costing. Okay. Question point number 7, it will bring a cheer in your face. Clearing self-paced online modules will not be much difficult as per the ICI officials. You can very easily clear your self-paced online modules. Even one of the officials were saying that even if you are traveling in your bus, metro, aircraft, means you are anywhere, you can just listen the audio or video lecture which has been provided by the ICI for your law as well as your costing, all these self-paced online modules, and you have to solve the MCQs, and you can very easily clear your self-paced online modules. Because you know guys that there are 4 self-paced online modules that you have to clear. One is your costing, another is your law, and two are the elective papers that you can select any of them, and you can easily clear all of them very easy. Okay. So as per ICI that these papers are not going to make difficulties in your articleship, and if you are attentive in those classes which has been provided by the ICI, and then you can very easily solve the MCQs. Okay, one more thing which is good about this is that now you are not required to take the classes of your law and costing paper. Okay, point number 8, the core papers of CA final will include IT and ethics in appropriate places. Now this is also a point of discussion among the students, that's what IT and what kind of ethics that they are going to include. So they have given some hint, the Institute officials have given some hint about the same, and what exactly is going to be the part of the syllabus, this will be known only when the detailed syllabus content has been issued, or when the study mat is being issued. But they have given an example, of DT, of your CA final DT, that where they have said that for your CA final DT, for a point of reference, in your CA final DT, what can be included in the form of IT and ethics. Then they have said that sir, in your CA final DT you can expect more weightage to the faceless assessment, faceless appeal, taxation of the digital economy, ethics in tax planning versus tax evasion, GAR, etc. These may get the more importance or become more prominent, because you know that your faceless assessment, faceless appeals, taxation of the digital economy, all these are the parts of your IT, means information technology. So these things may become more important, and your tax planning, tax evasion, GAR, and these are the parts of the ethics portion. So these can also get more important. So these can also get more prominent in your new scheme of education and training. But only when the detailed syllabus contents are out or the study mat is out, we will know that what are the part of this. Point number 9, again a very much area of concern for the chartered accountants, for the means students. As you know that the period of articleship has been reduced to 2 years, and 1 year you have to work after being qualified as a CA in a CA firm. Then many of the students were asking that, sir, why we are required to work after being qualified as a chartered accountant? Why are we required to work in a CA firm to obtain the COP? So if you want to obtain the COP, you have to work 1 year. After qualifying as a CA, you have to work 1 year in some CA firm. In which CA firm, or what should be the turnover of the CA firm, or what should be the size of the CA firm, these things have not been specified. It means you can work in any CA firm. So there were many concerns about in the mind of the student. Let's say sir, I am a CA final student of 30 years of age, and I have qualified in, let's say, 30 years, and I got an opportunity to work in a CA firm where the principal of the CA firm is just of 26 years. This is very much possible in your CA course. Then sir, you are forcing me to work in an organization which is being headed by a person which is of a younger age than me. So this is a big concern that were in the mind of the student, and that is a genuine concern, you can say. But the institute official have given their reason that why they have introduced such a kind of scheme. First, they have said that we want to reduce the articleship burden for the students who are not going to go in the practice or who are planning to go to the industry. Because as you know that institute is facing the direct competition from the international courses which are gaining ground in India, like your CPA, CFA, ACC, etc. And in those courses there are no practical training requirement. And in your CA course there are 3 years of practical training requirement for everybody. So that 3 year would be now be cut short to 2 years. Then sir, okay, then 2 years shall be for everyone. Then why one additional year requirement for those who want to go in practice and want to obtain the COP? Then what institute has said is that our plan is to create a big 4 type CA firms in India. And this is possible only when a qualified chartered accountant works in a CA firm. Then sir, if a qualified chartered accountant works in a CA firm, what is going to happen? And how it will help in creating the large scale big 4 type CA firm in India? Because as per ICI, if a qualified chartered accountant who has qualified his qualification, who has become CA, he works in a CA firm, and the atmosphere of that CA firm is good, and the pay scale are also good, let's say, then there are very much probability then instead of starting his own practice after obtaining COP, he will get COP and will merge his COP with that CA firm or will work as a partner in that CA firm. So it will ultimately strengthen that CA firm and he will work there as a partner, not as an employee. So this will help in making the existing CA firm large. It is not mandatory that after working for 1 year you are bound to merge your COP in that firm. You can anytime start your own CA firm. There is no restriction. Okay. And the last and very important point is that a concept of BAA, Business Accounting Associate, has been introduced by ICI, where a CA inter-qualified student who could not completed his CA final will get a certificate of BAA, Business Accounting Associate. But now what institute is saying is that they are planning to give this BAA certificate to the existing course student also. Means this BAA certificate is not going to be only for the students who enroll in the new scheme of education and training, and the existing students may also get the BAA certificate, and also the students who have means qualified in any previous education and training scheme shall also be eligible to get the BAA certificate if they have cleared their CA inter, but due to any reason they have not been able to qualify the CA final. So I think this is a very good step where the CA inter where the CA final means dropout students will get a recognition from the ICI in the form of BAA Business Accounting Associates. So dear friends, these are 10 updates or the information I got an understanding from the programs of the ICI on the proposed scheme of education and training.